Robert Maxwell with the Man Factory, and in this video I'm going to be repairing this lifting belt. Now I bought this belt recently from a friend of mine. He's an accomplished power lifter. It was time for me to upgrade my belt, and he gave me this one at a good price. But being a used belt, there are a few things wrong with it. The thing I'm going to be fixing today has to do with these 4 main large rivets that secure the fold of leather together at the end of the belt, and that holds the buckle in place. 3 of the rivets are loose, and one of them, as you can see here on the back side, is completely missing. That one right there. So that rivet needs to be replaced, and the other 3 need to be tightened. And I'll show you how that works right now. So the tools I'll need to make this repair are a ball peen hammer, which I'm going to use on this anvil here, the replacement rivet, and a couple of washers to go on either side of it and hold it in place, a drill with a 3/16 inch bit to enlarge the hole for the rivet, because I don't think the rivet I've got will fit through the existing hole, and a cat's paw pry bar to pry out the remaining half of the old rivet so I can put in the new one. So the first step is to tighten up the 3 rivets here that aren't missing their back piece. I've already done 2 of them. This rivet here still has a little room left to tighten, so I'll show you that now. You want to lay the belt on a way so that that rivet is flat against the surface of the anvil, and then compress the leather around the rivet, as I'm doing here with my fingers. And you can't really see it probably, but there's a little bit of space under that rivet backing as I compress with my fingers. So as I push down and create that space, I want to just hit the rivet with not too much force, with the round end of the hammer here so I don't hit my fingers, but just enough force to flatten it out a little bit and drive it down, compress it firmly against the leather. And that's all there is to it. Next step is to remove and replace the broken rivet, the one that doesn't have its backing piece at all anymore. And I'm going to do that with the cat's paw pry bar. So I'll just slide the corner underneath there and provide a little bit of leverage. Don't want to damage the leather of the belt, but just enough force to wiggle it loose. Getting stuck a little bit. So next I'll take these slip lock pliers and use them to try to wiggle free this loose rivet here. I've already been going at it for a little while. It's harder to get out than I thought, but you can see this is the rivet with the completely missing backing piece, and the leather that it's supposed to hold together can come apart completely, as you can see here. You can see the rivet inside. So that rivet definitely needs to come out and be replaced. It doesn't seem to want to come, so what I may have to do is grab these wire cutters here and cut the rivet, and then pull it out from the other side. Pull it out in 2 halves, in other words. So there we go. Took some wiggling, but I got the wire cutters around the rivet. So now I just gotta snip it here. There we go. Flew somewhere. Get a grip on this other piece here, and it comes right out. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I have a feeling that I'm going to need to make the hole where the old rivet was bigger, and that's why I have this drill and drill bit ready. But with all the wiggling around and struggling I had to do to get the old rivet out, the hole actually looks fairly large already. So I'm just going to try and put the rivet in there and see. So we'll see if that fits in. Well, it certainly fits in one side right away, as you can see. Oh, and yeah, it fits through the other side as well. So we won't need the drill after all. One washer over the new rivet for one side of the installation. and put the rivet through both holes. There we go, just like that. And now I'll get the other washer and put that over the end of the rivet. Now with the rivet in place, you can see that it's quite long. It's sticking through the belt quite a bit there. So I need to trim off a little bit of that extra before hammering it down and flattening it out. I'll do that with my wire cutters here. It doesn't have to be a lot. In fact, it shouldn't be too much because I need some material to hammer down, but just a little. There we go. Now I will compress the leather and hammer it down. The trick now is to keep hammering down the rivet without bending the shaft of it, just to mushroom it over so that it forms into a proper leather holding rivet as it should. You can already see the end of the rivet is mushrooming over. I'm just taking very careful hits and not too hard, and kind of re-straightening the rivet each time it gets out of place. There we go. So there you have it. The belt is repaired, the 3 existing rivets are tightened, and the 4th rivet that was missing is now replaced. As you can see here, the head of the rivet was naturally mushroomed down by the pounding action on the other side, which is also nicely mushroomed down and holding the rivet tightly and pinching the layers of leather tightly together, just as it should be. I hope you found this interesting and helpful. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.